Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make chicken tortilla soup. This chicken tortilla soup is really easy to make in the crock pot, so I'm going to show you how to make it. All of the recipe ingredients and instructions you can find in my description, so go check that out. These are some of the ingredients we're going to be using here that I'm showing you. So we're going to get right on started with this. I'm going to have to chop up this onion, the bell pepper, and the jalapeno. So come along with me while I chit chat a little bit here with you about chicken tortilla soup. I can't remember the first time I actually had chicken tortilla soup, but it's actually one of my favorite soups. So I think I probably had it at a deli or one of those soup and sandwich places. I just don't know where. But I am Mexican and this isn't something that I grew up eating, so I don't think it's really traditionally Mexican, but you can definitely find this soup at many delis and like places that have soups and things like that. So if you want to try it at a restaurant or something like that, look and see if they don't have chicken tortilla soup. I know there's a few places that have it, but I've been making it for my own self now for a while. And this is a really easy way to make it. So we're going to go ahead and chop up our bell pepper. You can add more vegetables to it if you'd like. This recipe is just like a lot of my other recipes. You can kind of make them your own. So like if you wanted to add cilantro or avocado or anything else, you can certainly add that in. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up my onion here. I'm going to go ahead and use up a whole onion. And so you can use onion. I also have the minced garlic here. It gives it a depth of flavor. So chicken tortilla soup can be made to just be, kind of like a healthier version, or you can add in like tortilla chips and tortillas and cheese and avocado and lots of toppings to it as well. So keep that in mind. You can also add in things like sour cream. Over here in East Texas right now, the weather is starting to cool down a little bit in the evenings and in the mornings. But for the most part, we're still having 90-degree days. But I think it's still time to make some soups. I'm beginning to crave soup, so I already did chili, and now this is going to be my next soup for the fall. But if you live in a chillier place or you're craving soup like I am, this is a great fall soup to make, and you can make a lot of it in your crock pot. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up a jalapeno here, and I'm just going to do one, but if you want to do more, you're certainly welcome to do that. The other day we grilled up some jalapenos, but we didn't take out the seeds, and oh my goodness, it was so spicy. So make sure that you take out the seeds, and let me know down below if you prefer spicy or not so spicy. I don't really like super spicy, believe it or not. I like more of like a mild, but if you like spicier, feel free to add in things like cayenne pepper or something like that into this soup. So one of the things that I do, I guess a little shortcut for this soup, is that I use chicken that I've frozen and it's already cooked and ready to put into the crock pot. So this is chicken that we grilled up, I think last month, and we had a bunch left over, so I just froze it. And so that's a little shortcut for you. If you already have chicken that's cooked, just go ahead and put that in there, and you'll already have that chicken cooked, and it'll be less prep time and cook time. The other thing that you can do is you can add in like rotisserie chicken from the store. If you like that shredded rotisserie chicken, that is really good for this soup as well. You can prepare the soup, and if you want the chicken in last, you can do that as well, so that the chicken's still like really moist and not dried out or anything like that. So I'm starting to add everything into my crock pot. I just have water in there right now. To make my chicken stock, I'm going to use some of this chicken bouillon. It's powdered, and that's how I'm going to make my chicken stock. But if you have chicken stock, go ahead and use that. It'll be really good. So I'm just going to mix that in together with my other seasonings that I'm using here. And so I'm going to go ahead and put everything in. There doesn't need to be any specific order for this. You can literally just put everything in. It's super easy. And then you can mix it all together and just let the crock pot do its job. So I like using the crock pot. It's really easy, and especially when your house is still warm, like from the 90-degree weather I have outside, it's a good way, you know, to just keep it cooler. So I like the crock pot. It's an easy way to make dinner. And once you have everything in there, you can really just set it and forget it. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken. This is the chicken I was telling you all about that's already cooked. It's just frozen. But that's okay because the crock pot is going to warm it up and it's going to all come together really nicely. Now we're going to add in our canned stuff. So we're going to start with our black beans. Go ahead and just put those straight in there. If you have different kinds of beans, like maybe you prefer pinto beans or that's what you have on hand, you can do that as well. But generally it takes black beans. And then we're going to do some diced tomatoes. I drained both of these out a little bit. There's still probably a little bit of juices left, but even if you have a little bit of juice left, it's not going to hurt it. And now I'm going to add in my sweet corn. So it's going to take a can of each. The corn gives it kind of that sweeter flavor. And then we're going to add in our garlic for depth. If you don't like any of these ingredients, or you know some of these ingredients, you can always leave those out that you don't like. Now just mix everything together, and you can go ahead and cover it and set it for the time that you're going to cook it to. You can either cook this on high or on low. So whatever it is that you need to cook it by, if you have more time, cook it on low. If you don't have more time, you can cook it on high. So for the tortilla chips, you can just use tortilla chips from the store, but if you want to make your own, you can get like corn tortillas and cut them up and fry them. That's also really good. Here it is. It's all done and ready to eat. I have 2 bowls here, and I've added a lime. But you can add in any of those toppings we talked about earlier. Thank you so much for coming along today. I'll catch you on the next video.